you've got this very sophisticated technology in some of the contemplative traditions to do with breathworks like pranayama, various breathing techniques which influence the body's physiology. We can increase the arousal by using breath. We can relax the body and the physiology using breath. If you exhale longer than you inhale, we now know that you're effectively influencing the balance of the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic. And in fact, even alternate nostril breathing, we see that breathing through the left increases the parasympathetic nervous system, and then the right is sympathetic. And so by doing alternate nostril breathing, somehow you are activating each one in a kind of, sort of sequential way. And it seems like, it's a little bit like when if you want to relax the body, if you got a rusty handle, a door handle that's totally rusty, you wouldn't just try to pull it down. What you do is wiggle it, and so it kind of gets rid of the rust, and then you're able to kind of operate it more smoothly. Well, it looks like alternate nostril breathing is something like that, and we even understand how this is happening. That through the vagus nerve. And influencing the breathing, changing the heart rate patterns and heart rate variability, and changing that. So I think that and these things were discovered even before there was an even idea of that there's this autonomic nervous system, but in fact, think about how prescient these ideas were. I mean, in the Indian traditions, in the kind of Kundalini Indian traditions, you have this left channel and the right channel in the so-called energy body. Don't know what an energy body is, but now when we look back and we say, well, that's kind of, when they were talking about these two channels, it kind of seems to be somehow related to what's going on in the autonomic nervous system with the sympathetic and parasympathetic. And then they talked about the central channel, which is this Shushumna Nadi, this central channel. And somehow when the two side channels were balanced, you got this energy flow in the central channel. Now, what could that mean? Well, I mean, who knows? But one of the things is that in the two branches of the autonomic nervous system inhibit each other. So the sympathetic branch inhibits parasympathetic activation and vice versa. And so normally what you have in normal physiology is you would have say 80% sympathetic, kind of stress response and 20% relaxation response, or vice versa, very relaxed and not very stressed. Now, perhaps some of these ancient technologies around breath and around yoga, by manipulating the system in a particular way, might have actually been able to reduce the inhibition so that you've got this very interesting physiological response, not a normal one, where you actually get an activation of both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. And so what you end up with is a very interesting physiological state, which is something like relaxed alertness. So very aroused, bright, alert, crystal clear attention in a relaxed way. So that's exactly the kind of state that you want for meditation, which is a relaxed alertness.